Spoiler alert! USA Today's Tim Gardner is about to give you the winners of a couple of tournament games. I'm Reid Cherner, and of course this is Tim. This is Racket. Tim, and again, it's a spoiler alert, so turn it off if you don't want to know who the winners are. Tim, the first game is Marquette versus North Carolina.
We're going to do our best to pick them correctly, but there's some tough matchups here on Friday's slate. Marquette, a team that you lovingly begrudged for getting into the tournament, and here they are in the Sweet 16, one of just two Big East teams to make it this far. I still like the way North Carolina plays, the speed with which they do it, the way Kendall Marshall finds open guys, and the big three, Henson, Zeller, and Barnes. There's not a trio playing better in the country right now. Give me North Carolina, but it's going to be a very close game.
Got North Carolina to win it all in my pool, but they could not stop anyone. That could hurt them. Maybe not against Marquette, maybe against Marquette, but somewhere down the road, that's going to hurt them. They got no defense. Richmond, Kansas.
Interesting game. The Spiders playing some of the best basketball in the country right now. Won the A-10 tournament, and here they are in the Sweet 16. They've played Kansas once before, in 2004, in Lawrence, Kansas, and the Spiders won. None of those players were playing then, but Kansas is going to get revenge this week. Give me the Morris brothers and twins and Jayhawks.
I'm with you. You got to like Richmond, but Kansas has so much talent. And speaking of talent, Ohio State plays Kentucky.
I mean, this is going to be one heck of a matchup. The key to the game, I think, is going to be who's hitting their three-pointers. You saw it with Ohio State yesterday. They fall behind to George Mason. 7 for 7 from three-point land for David Lighty. But for Kentucky, Brandon Knight and Duran Lamb, these are guys that they're weapons they didn't have last year from outside. Whoever's hitting their outside shots is going to win. I think Sullinger and Harrelson and Jones kind of cancel each other out on the inside. I'm taking Ohio State, though. I think Lighty and Deeb are a little more effective.
Like Ohio State big, however, if Calipari says to his guys, we got nothing to lose, go out there and play some basketball, they got the talent. They may be the most talented team to go up against Ohio State.
The problem with Kentucky is the depth. Ohio State has some players that can come off the bench, but if you get Harrelson or Jones in foul trouble down low, they don't have much coming off the bench that can battle with a guy like Jared Sullinger. That's why I take the Buckeyes.
Last one is two teams that turned a pumpkin into a coach. VCU, Florida State.
How about this one, right? Unfortunately, Florida State took out your Irish. You know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But it's going to be an interesting matchup. Florida State's playing a different brand of basketball, and especially in the defensive end now that Chris Singleton's back in the lineup after suffering a foot injury, that is. And VCU, there isn't a team playing more cohesive ball than they are right now. I'm going to stick with the hot hand. I'm going to go with VCU.
It's hard to pick against VCU. I saw Ian Miller, their freshman for Florida State, play in high school. I thought he would be freshman of the year in ACC over Kyrie Irving and Harrison Barnes. He got hurt, but I've been following Florida State. I like Florida State. I'm going to pick Florida State.
Are you? Again, I wouldn't be surprised to see them win, but I'm going to take that hot hand,
He's Tim Gardner. You can tell everybody to come back in who did not want the spoiler alert. I'm Reid Cherner. This is Racket. We will be back again with some more games.